I'm Brandon, and this is Afro for Afro Talks. We're here at Afro's place, and we're going to talk about your art, right?
Indeed.
All right, so tell us about what you do.
By the way, this is a hookah. Basically what I do is that I do very, very, very basic comics. Paper and pencil is how I started out. Paper and pencil is how it's always been. Every now and again I'll do color, but again, art takes time and everybody's got shit to do.
Yeah. And you use a program for yours. You do all your art on
a tablet.
On your tablet, yeah.
Basically, I use a Fujitsu Lifebook. It's just a laptop that flips around into a Wacom tablet. Stylus, computer, that's it. I just need something that was easy to take with me. Not a big fan of the pads, to where I have to not look at what I'm doing with my hands while I'm doing stuff on the screen. I can't do it.
Yeah, that's a little hard.
And the program that I use is Manga Studio 5. So just in case y'all are interested in the tools of the trade, there they are. Real simple stuff. Manga Studio is really easy to pick up. I highly suggest it, and yeah, otherwise fantastic.
Alright, so you have a plethora of characters that you've been ranting about, I should say,
right,
for the past couple of years, and why don't you tell us about your favorites, or some of the main ones?
Okay, so just to get out the gate here, I have over 300 different characters in my head at any given moment of time. So if you see me at a convention being myself or just being random as shiz, like, yeah, I'm a stoic hero in my hero pose, that would probably be me pretending to be one of my characters. Now, provided it's 300 characters trying to be one guy. Right here. My main ones are Dash and Neo. You'll most of the time see him as that boxer with the energy fists, or Dash, who was my Sonic OC back in the day. Don't tell my mom.
There's still two of my favorites.
Right. With the sword on his back and the armored chest. He's a typical color scheme, orange and white. Otherwise, should I get the more unique ones? Because Dash and Neo have been around forever.
Yeah, let's hear some of your newer ones.
So, the newer ones, the newest one I created was Meteor, which was pretty damn dope. I'm gonna have to upload it to Facebook here in the near future. I created a superhero because I needed one, but she's the only one of her type. Like, everybody's different.
Yep.
Just like everybody else in the world, I try to make each character different for y'all. Though not often translated, because they just see a picture, it's like, well, Afro drew some tits again. Alright, that works. So, yeah.
And how do you go about making your new characters? How do you...
Basically, I'm inspired by a concept that I see. Just, it could be anything. Mm-hmm. Could be something on a porn. It could have been something in an anime. It could have been like a specific angle that I saw. And I was just like, that is incredibly dynamic, incredibly hype. I need to draw something that's a little bit like that, not entirely like that.
Yeah. That's how most artists grow. They take concepts that they see and they incorporate it into their own art. Mm-hmm. And I've seen your art, and yes, it is getting better, and it is awesome. So
it gets better by the day. I tend to draw every single fucking day, even if I don't even want to, because I know it's just paper and pencil, but that doesn't mean I can't get better. Like, I have to color, I have to do, at the beat.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Do you, because we said that you're using your tablet now, do you still use paper and pencil to do some of your art, or are you always on the tablet?
It's almost exclusively tablet now.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if I went back to paper and pencil, I'd be like, why can't I magnify my eyes? Why can't I see this tiny detail? Why do I have to get more lead for my pencil? What is this bullshit?
Oh.
I arted! Ah!
Oh.
So, yeah. Fuck. So many people we could talk about. We're gonna have to do this episode by episode.
Right.
Right now, we'll just stick with Dash and Neo because they were my first. You never forget your first.
Yep.
Other than Strike Lindsay Yarrow.
Yes,
You may have seen her around. She's the fox chick with the spiky black hair, minimal clothing, and nunchucks. I tried to sell her as a badge. She was the highest selling one. I was like, I'd hope so. She's been on this journey since the beginning.
She is a legend.
She is Strike the Legend, Legendary Eye, and then you have Neo Kento, the unstoppable and untouchable star, famous boxer, and then last but not least, Dash Strider, the knight or fox swordsman of the East.
Yep. And Dash and Neo are like best friends, right?
Yep.
They've been together since the beginning. They go through so many adventures together. And, how about you tell us about one of them?
It all depends on which one here. Because, like he said,
There's a lot, yeah.
there's a lot here. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to start this. So, Dash and Neo, they're martial artists. They're like the bare bones, atypical rivals in any storyline that you see.
Mm-hmm.
It's like blood couldn't make him any closer. They originally started off hating each other.
Right.
Because they were so different from each other. Because, well, Neo was human, and then Dash is like, hey, by the way, I'm a fox. And I know your family style. And he's like, how the hell do you know my style? And you can't beat me at my own game. So, Neo, let's start with him. Neo is and will always be a boxer. Like, there's no Hadokens that's coming from him. He's not a karate man. He loves bikes.
Right.
Specifically, he loves motorcycles. Really cocky demeanor. Can't imagine why. And, well, he's simplistic. He's very killable, per se. He's not a Super Saiyan. He's not a dude who can fly. I know he's got the Super Saiyan-esque hair going for him, but his hair is blue. It doesn't change color. The energy that he does emit only comes from his fists. They're like armored boxing gloves.
Right.
So, these are his end-all, be-all. You throw mitts, he only throws mitts back. And he is totally down for any brawl, any fight, anytime. He's basically raised on the streets because family didn't really do him all that well. He just didn't like family. That's his type of character. He idolized his brother for a time until he died. And then, ever since then, he made it his own personal mission to become the untouchable star.
The best around.
Pretty much. So, best around. He's getting there. Really good fighter. Does that Hajime no Ippo, if you know that anime. Check it out if you haven't.
Yes.
If you want to learn how to spell it, try another video. But I get a lot of inspiration from that anime in specific for his character. Hajime no Ippo is my shit when it comes to anything related to boxing. So, check all that out, and that's Neo Kento. Neo Kento as an all-around character to describe him in short.
Alright, now his brother Dash. Tell us about him.
Dash, as is, and make sure to check the title. He is an adopted character. So his mother, he lost her at a random juncture when he was real small.
Right.
And he got picked up, ironically, by Neo's uncle, Miyake. And John, if you're watching this, I still remember. So he was raised by Neo's family, or Neo's uncle in specific, under the Kento style of martial art, which is your atypical like karate type of style that I just put my own name on. And he was just all about form, all about grace, until he was ultimately met by Neo himself, who was just like, hey, I know how to street fight, I know how to box. And he was just a fox, an anthropomorphic fox surrounded by humans. And he tried real desperately to be human. The best he could, but was ultimately not accepted just for the fur on his...
Right.
Just for the fur. Kind of like being black for some reasons. Like, it was like he was subject to racism. And through that, he fought through a lot of struggles. He turned a lot of heads when he would step in, and he thought a lot. He was a real deep thinker. And eventually he had to learn that thinking, though it is his strong suit, drove away from his focus. And he needed to bring it back into focus. So he decided to take up swordsmanship as well. He had studied knights, he had studied samurai, he had studied ninjutsu to a degree, and he's a fox trained by humans to fight like humans and not so much like an animal or a beast, which I thought was a really neat concept. Otherwise, as far as any special talents with his aura or energy that he picked up from the Kento family, was the ability to manipulate that said sword via give it energy or just to throw it and have it come back.
Right.
Some Kenshi shit. So yeah, that's basically Dash as a character.
All right. Well, we're almost out of time, and I'd like to ask one last question. Where can these people go to see your art?
Dash the Fox at DeviantArt, DASH the Fox. Foxtail Duster on Tumblr, though I do warn you, you will find boobs. And I do also have a Fur Affinity account under Foxtail Dust R. And you'll find that in the link below.
Well, that's it for Afro Talks. Nice talking with you, man.
Thank you.
All right.